Welcome everyone to another episode of Diaspora. The following is a conversation I had with my good friend Tanaka. Tanaka is originally from Mutare, Zimbabwe. Tanaka has an interesting immigration story and I enjoy talking with him. I learn a lot from our conversation. If you're new to the podcast, I would appreciate it greatly if you subscribe. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. God bless. All right, let's get it, man. Thank you for doing this, brother. I appreciate it, man.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. My brother Tanaka is from Zimbabwe. So how long ago did you move to the United States?
About 2016, so that makes 6 years. Yeah, 6 years in August.
6 years ago in August?
Yeah.
Nice. What was the first city you traveled to when you came?
First city, Charlotte, North Carolina.
North Carolina?
Yes, sir.
How was that?
Well, first airport was actually in D.C.
Washington, D.C.?
Yes.
Nice.
Well, I thought I would see a bunch of, Americans, mostly white, but guess what?
What?
Most people there were Africans, Ethiopians. I thought I was lost for a second.
For you thought you traveled to a different country?
Yeah. I had to check my itinerary again, and ask people. I'm like, oh, you're actually in DC. Like,
wow.
Oh, really?
That's
then
crazy.
When I walked outside, that's when the air is different.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything's different.
I mean, you know how it is. Like the feeling, like, oh, I've made it.
Yep. You feel like you finally survived. You made it to America.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So after DC, did you fly to North Carolina?
Yes.
So how was the
So I had an 11-hour layover.
You have an hour layover?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's a pretty long time, but I didn't care. I was just glad that I made it. But do you want to hear the full story before? Okay, so let's go back. So tell me a bit about Zimbabwe, your hometown. And how do you say the capital city name? Is it Harare? Yes, Harare.
Harare, nice.
Yeah. But I'm actually from Mutare, which is like the third capital city in Zimbabwe. It's closer to Mozambique.
Okay.
Yeah, so my house was actually like a few kilometers away.
From Mozambique?
Yeah, I could see. I could, because the border, how can I describe it? You know how like some borders are like landforms? So
yeah,
between Zimbabwe and Mozambique, the mountains. So
okay.
like the mountain which was like right in front of our house, like the other side was Mozambique.
Wow, so you're that close?
Yep. Could actually walk there. It's like, people, border jumpers.
So there's Mozambique, like, I think they speak French, right?
Portuguese.
Yes,
wow. Portuguese.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what is the official language of Zimbabwe? Shona.
Yes.
So I did a little research about there's multiple ethnic groups like every African country, but which ones are the dominant one in Zimbabwe?
Christianity.
I'm talking about ethnic.
Oh, God. You already know, man. Look at me.
Yeah, look at
you already know.
All right. So,
I mean, there was, I guess you can say, like, the amount of, compared here to, like, Spokane or Washington, if you see white people or other races or ethnicities, you can count.
You can count
different, like, okay, beside the dominant one.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I meant to ask was, apart from Shona, because let me try and explain that better. So in Nigeria, we have Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa are the dominant ethnic groups. I'm saying like there's various in Zimbabwe, I'm assuming, but which ones are the top ones that?
Okay, I hear what you mean. So I guess like the best way to describe it was I know we use ethnicity for African American, right?
I don't know if we can use that for them. But I
get what you come. I get where you come from, like sort of tribe, sort of.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think I would say tribe. Yeah, that would probably be easier. Yeah.
We do have like two dominant ones.
Yeah.
Shona and Ndebele.
Nice.
Like so, kind of divided by languages. Yeah, or different dialects of Shona. So different parts of Zimbabwe may speak Shona, but the way they speak it is different. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that in Yoruba as well.
Yeah. And for the other one, Debele or Dewele is sort of like Zulu, the clicking sound.
Yeah.
You know how people are like every time, oh, you're from Africa?
I think I've heard Trevor Noah.
Yeah,
He can speak for Zulu. So how many languages do you speak?
I speak two, Shona and English.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I can understand a bit of Dewele.
Right.
Yeah, I can, in Swahili, like the words are almost similar.
Okay. So remind me again the name of your city.
Mutare.
Mutare.
Yes.
So if you have to describe Mutare for someone like me, I've never been to Zimbabwe or Mutare before. What is it like?
Mountainous, beautiful, clean.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you miss it?
Of course.
Nice.
It's homely. It's home.
It's home. Right.
Yeah. You feel at home. People are friendly. It's not like the capital. Like people are just in a rush everywhere. You can actually, it's not that big, but you can get to know most of the people if you just move around. Like, oh, you work there. I see you every day. Like, So, how can I describe it? It gives you a sense of the community. Yeah, it's a community. It's more than just a city. I'll say it's a community. Like everyone knows each other.
So everyone kind of look out for each other.
Yeah, we can put it that way. Yeah, most people.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I'm in Mutare, what street food am I gonna see on the street?
Street food. They are here. I'm trying to tacos, but we call them shwamos. It's I'll say it's a hybrid.
Okay.
Because comes with potatoes, chicken, and it's a bit bigger.
Bigger.
Yeah.
African would like it big, bro.
Oh, you already know.
So I watch a YouTube YouTube video a little bit to kind of like learn a little bit about Zimbabwe, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't know anything about Zimbabwe. I don't think I've actually met anybody from Zimbabwe before I met you guys. So there was a street food called, is it Gango?
Gango.
Mm-hmm. So tell me about it.
Gango is a mixture of everything. Every a part of you can have chicken legs, chicken livers, goat meat, cow. Anything that you can think of, you can just throw it in a pot and cook it. That's Gango. It looks good. You don't have to overthink it. Like, just using the best of resources, what you have, then just mix it up and just make a good meal.
I like it, man, because I lived, so I like high protein meal. One I saw,
mostly meat.
Yeah, it's all meat, bro. I was like, this is my.
I think I know the video you're talking about. I watch it every time. Like,
you watch it every time. Yeah, that was cool. I like they use a vegetable in it called rape.
Yes, it's like kale.
Is it cool, right?
Yeah,
we have something similar to Nigeria.
Yep, yeah, it's delicious.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So apart from Gango and the shawarma, right? You said?
Yeah, shawarma.
So what else the street food, or what is like the
staple food?
Staple food, yeah, that's right.
It's sadza, which is like fufu.
Ooh, sadza.
Yeah, call it sadza.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Why didn't you get? So is it kind of like ugali, right? I'm assuming ugali, fufu, the same thing, right?
Yeah, I think so. But we make ours from cornmeal.
Cornmeal.
Yeah.
Interesting. Ours is from cassava.
Yeah.
Fufu is from cassava.
Yeah, but same texture but different. Also, should I say ingredients?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to try that.
Oh,
for sure at some point. All right, so let's talk about a little bit about music. So again, I watched a little video. Like I said, I'm just trying to have a little bit to kind of spark the conversation, but you can explain more to me or correct me if I'm wrong. I watched these videos of these kids like playing this thing called marimba music.
Oh,
that was really cool. It's kind of like they were making sound from all these different drums, and it was kind of like a competition or something like that.
Yeah, so that's actually like part of like the traditional music. It was made from wood,
right?
And then, should I say, sort of look like drumsticks. I don't know like actual term.
Have you played before?
I have, but I have played before, but it doesn't mean I'm good. So for my high school, we do have that as a club. And I think the video you're talking about, I think my high school actually participated in that. And
Really?
yeah, I know some of the guys actually went to Brazil and play for them. Yeah.
Wow.
And for other schools, they go to places like England too, just to sing and play traditional music.
So why don't you think like marimba is big as like Afrobeat?
That's a good question. I haven't thought about it. There's one guy, I think he's actually in the States. Part of his music is composed of marimba. I think his name is Thomas Mapumo. I think you should look it up. He's actually here in the States.
Really?
Yeah, he was big in
Nice.
Africa.
Wow.
Yeah, him and Oliver Mtukudzi, I think, and Shamiso, I forgot his last name, or I might mispronounce it. I don't want to butcher it.
No worries. You can make mistake. I was asking that why I think it could be as big as Afrobeats, because I think diasporas, Africans like us that live in, United States or England or whatever, we want to have local stuff that are from your country specifically, that we, it's because again, like that music, it's funny because I didn't know marimba music, but when I hear it, it sounds like I forgot this type of music. It's from the Igbo culture, Nigeria. They play something called xylophone. It's kind of similar, but again, it's all the same thing. But I think it was beautiful.
Yeah, we do have one of the artists who did what's it called? City duo for singing together. What's it called? What's the term?
Like a group.
No. Like when Burna Boy sings with Davido.
Oh, like a collaboration.
Yes.
Kind of, yeah.
A collabo with his name is Diasporas. He did a collabo with Davido.
I know Japanese.
Yeah,
Is he from Zimbabwe?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Aries, come on, man. We don't mind, but yeah, Aries is
no.
She's the homie, man. Has to get the attention right there. Yeah, that's interesting, bro. Yeah, that's really cool, man. So what other style of music are in Zimbabwe apart from marimba?
There's what we call Zim dancehall, which is like dancehall but from Zimbabwe.
Aries.
So that's sort of like for younger people, the Zim dancehall. And then we do have Sungura music, which is more like fast music, like rumba. That's more, I would say, young generation too, but mostly for the older
Population as well.
Yeah. I would say maybe 40s, 50s. Like, so, pubs.
Pops, yeah.
Like bars.
Pubs, yeah.
Pubs,
yeah.
like the ones in Africa
Yeah.
where people like go and chill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so most of the time they play like Sungura music.
Nice.
Then for clubs, uptown, that's where they play Afro beats, hip hop,
Right.
American music too. But mostly, I think it's house music from South Africa.
Really?
Yeah.
So you guys, okay, I was gonna say that. So, and I think, well, we probably have done this in the beginning, but it's not too late now. Zimbabwe is in south of Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you guys have Mozambique, I think, on the right side. I think.
Mozambique.
Is it the right side or left? Anyway, I don't know the map.
So you can see the African map.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, it's just that. Yeah.
So Mozambique will be this side.
Okay.
Then at the bottom of there's South Africa.
Okay.
At the point, because Zimbabwe is like shape funny. They've got a tip, like should I say tip or point at the end?
Right. Yeah.
There's Namibia. Then there's Botswana. Then I'm leaving one country, right? Zambia. Yeah.
So you guys are kind of locked inside of all this country.
Yeah, we don't have.
So do you guys have a lot of immigration from those countries or influence of music and culture?
I would say, yeah. One of the top artists for Sungura music is, I guess, he's from Malawi, I think. Oh, he does have some roots from Malawi, so he sings with some of his songs with their language. I don't know like the name.
Right.
Yeah. South Africa is pretty close by. Like we listen to if you like go on Apple Music, like top 100 Zim, you see music from South Africa, like 10 songs
Right.
in the top 20. Like, oh, then maybe 5 songs from Nigeria and a few songs from Zimbabwe.
Because South Africa is probably the biggest country. Well, part of one of the top 3 biggest country in Africa that is closer to you guys. So
Yeah, and like, should I say, more developed.
yeah, that's what I
so,
meant.
So their music, nothing wrong with our music, but their music, they are more exposed,
Right.
Yeah, they have more, should I say, resources.
Yeah.
So they can take their music further.
Right.
Like for our artists, like they don't have, should I say, exposure and like resources,
People
like
don't
the
know
support
about
they
them.
need.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but
Right, that's
we're getting there.
interesting, man. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for explaining all this
Hopefully,
music to me.
Yeah, hopefully I didn't lie.
Nah, hey, talk, bro. I mean, you sharing from your own point of view.
Yeah.
So, so to recap one more time. So you say Shona music. That's the Sumba like Sungura. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then the dance hall. What's that called?
Sim dancehall.
Sim dance hall.
Yeah, it's for like younger generation, like wherever you go, cars, the combis.
Yeah.
They play like that kind of music.
Right. Thank you, brother. All right. So now let's go back to when in 2016 you say you came here, right?
Yes.
So give a little background. You're a very interesting person, and that's why I'm very excited to talk to you, because I think you're probably one of the first Africans that I know that played tennis, bro, professionally. So tell me about that, like your background, like how long have you been playing tennis, like?
So I started playing tennis at the age of 8, I think. I stopped for like a couple of months because I was getting nowhere. I was losing all my matches.
Really?
Yeah. Then I saw like a group of my friends. They kept on going and they were having fun. Like, oh, I should try again.
Right.
And I did. And from there on, I didn't stop to maybe I was 16. I think I stopped for a year. You know how college is sometimes.
Right.
You put a certain kind of lifestyle in front of sports.
Right.
Yeah. So when I was 8, you met Ronside, the other Zim guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say he's the one who played professionally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he kind of like sort of inspired me, like, no, keep on going. So for me, it's more of I didn't have like the talent. Some people comes naturally. For me, I had to put in the work.
Yeah, but I know Ronzi, right?
Mm-hmm.
He played professional, but I also know you played. But I mean, I'm just saying, from my perspective, I never know of anybody that I know from home that played tennis.
Yeah.
So regardless, but you also told me that Zimbabwe have a big tennis community.
Yes.
Can you explain that?
So we're in Mutare. So Mutare, I guess I can say it is the best when it comes to tennis.
Okay.
Like all the
Your point of view.
I'm back in the day. Those were facts.
Okay.
Those were facts. But there's Genius Chidzikwe. He was the number 1 player in Zimbabwe. And guess what? He was also the number 1 in the United States for Division 1 tennis.
Wow.
Yep. And we all came from the same academy.
Okay.
It's an non-profit. Like coaches would come to schools, like primary schools. Okay, I guess that's like middle school or elementary too. Kids them young.
Right. So
Yeah.
what age? What age did you join?
I was 4th grade. That's how they recruited us.
Okay. So how old is 4th grade?
7, 8 years
Wow.
old. Yeah. So they'll come to schools like once a week. Pay maybe something equivalent to $1 a month. So they will tell you like, oh, if you want to continue playing, come to this place, and we'll coach you more. We grow your talent. And at the place, at the academy, you get the days to train, like Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays. And for some, once you get older and we have grown, there was like a boarding house, which housed tennis players. Like they'll give you food, take you to your different schools, but you'll be living like with people from different parts of Zimbabwe. Because some people will come from Mutare, some will come from Masvingo, different cities, because our academy was the best in Zim. And with that, you get to know people come from different backgrounds, so you get to learn how to socialize, to adjust to different environments. So you didn't only just grow your talent like tennis wise, it also helped you to grow like socially, intellectually too. And if you were playing there, you play every single day. Practice was from 2 to 5:30
After school?
Yeah, after school. Then you have to balance, because they cared about your schoolwork too. So if you failed, sometimes they won't allow you to play tournaments. They will tell you like to focus on school.
And that was like 8, 9.
Yeah, they will start grooming you early. Till you're 18. Then the goal was to, for most people to play professionally, and for some just to come to the States, free education, he'll start your life, career.
So when you were in the academy, did anybody famous come there that was like in like on TV here, or like people know of?
So here's the thing. The people who were at the academy, they were the famous people because they were the top players.
Really?
I would say that. Well, I mean, from my point of view, because a guy, genius, Ronzai, like, if you just like Google search him or any of the players, you will see a whole page of their accomplishments.
Really?
So I would say like those people were already famous in their own rights.
Right. Okay, so you at the academy, you were balancing school and training.
For me, I wasn't in the academy. I was living at home, but I would go
to train there.
Yes, I would walk every single day for 30 minutes, or sometimes I would run with my backpack, racket, school shoes. In Africa, like the school shoes heavy.
Yes, sir.
So, but I enjoyed it. I didn't feel anything.
Right.
So sometimes I'll do my homework before. Because I'll finish school maybe 12:45. Then walk there 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So I will have like a 30-minute window to do my own homework. Then get home after, because we would run a lot. So after practice, the coach might put like an hour aside just for fitness, running, push up, all that kind of stuff. And by the time you get home, you're just done. Wow. It was fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, that's crazy to me, because I played soccer at lunch at school, secondary school or primary school, but I play at lunchtime and after school. But I never had a routine like that, which is kind of crazy to me that you were that young when you had to be going through that. So you said tennis helped you develop intellectually, fitness, and socially, gives you connection socially, and all that. So of course, it's something you enjoy doing, but also like really benefit you.
Yes.
So how did tennis help you to migrate to America?
So once you graduate high school, and if your tennis is good enough, there are always offers out there. You just have to apply. If you got the information, it's easier. Like if you're like naturally gifted, they already know about. They look for you.
Right.
See, for me, I didn't fit the bracket. I had to work a little extra. I had people help me, but I had to do extra research on my own. I got offers, like for the first one was high school in Zim. There are two parts. There's like ordinary high school, like you can graduate when you're 16. 16. Then you can graduate when you're 18 or 17 or 18.
You're talking about in the United States, right?
No, in Zim.
In Zim, okay.
Yeah.
When you say Zim, you mean
Zimbabwe.
I noticed that.
Yeah. Sorry. So I had my first offer when in 2014, but my parents didn't want me. My mom said I should do the extra 2 years of like advanced level, which is like advanced high school, I guess. We only focus on 3 subjects. So I'm like, oh, okay. By the time I graduate, that A level part, the offers, like the competition was so high, so it was kind of hard finding like a good offer, because you can get like a free ride, don't pay for anything. Then there are deals like where you have to pay maybe 50%, or sometimes the school covers 75%. That means you have to pay 25%. And for me, I think I had to pay. I was still playing tennis for a bit, so my tennis wasn't up to standard, but it was still good enough, like, to come here.
Do you have to like record videos to send to them?
Mm-hmm. So I actually had a video on YouTube.
Oh really?
Most players do.
If you want to check,
I took it down.
Yes, I took it down. Yeah, I look at videos of me when I got here too.
I took it down. The quality was.
But it's a beautiful part of the story, though. You know?
It's
still the hustler, bro. Like everything you're saying, you had to think different, even though it's right in front of you. I mean, at least you had an opportunity to see there's a chance for you to go here, but you still have to work hard. So another question. So at that point, did you know other people that have been to the States that have done this program?
Oh yes, okay. A lot. Actually, there were other people, other genius. The one who was number one. Well, he would come back to Zim and like tell us like how the things go, and other people will come to it like, oh, they let you know like, oh, you should do this because you have to write SATs and you have to get a certain mark for you to get a good drive, because they give you like academic and then sports scholarship.
Wow. So in a way, tennis kind of helped you have those connections again that we talk about.
Yes.
That kind of helps you. Okay, you have to work hard, but if you do this, you can be able to.
It's so entirely up to you. But the information is given, and the rest is
up to the individual.
Then there's always the process of the visa application. But sometimes they might say no. Sometimes
Yeah. So let's go back. So now you've got the information. You're working. So how was the visa process for you?
I got denied twice.
Got denied twice.
Yeah, for a different school. I was supposed to go to Texas. I think it was Texas A&M. But sometimes when you apply for schools, the coaches sometimes they take time. So it's stressful. What's the requirements? They want your grades. They want to evaluate them in American grading, I guess. And that takes like money, for evaluation. You pay $100-$200.
Can you share how much $200 is in Zimbabwe?
I mean,
Zim currency back home.
Oh, you don't want to go over there, man.
No, I'm just saying, like, what I'm trying to share is like for someone that here $200 to a common America, that's nothing. But to us, when you live in Zimbabwe or you live in Nigeria, I know what you're talking about. So how much in your currency is $200?
See, we have bond notes. I don't even know if that's a currency. We don't have a currency.
You don't have? Yeah, that is crazy.
So bond notes like fake money.
What? That is crazy.
So inflation in Zim is over 100%. I think it's like over 502%.
Is it true what I saw on YouTube about like someone driving a wheelbarrow to buy?
Oh yeah, bread? Just to buy a loaf of bread. Yeah, that was back in 2008.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought that was fake.
No, that was true story.
So what currency do you guys use now in Zim with the inflation?
They use the bond notes, the fake money. I call it fake money.
So if I'm in Zim right now, like you have family back home, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they want to go to market, they want to buy food. So how do they buy food?
They can still use like the US dollar or the South African rand.
Oh, rand? South African rand?
Yeah. Or they can use it's complicated.
Wow. So it's kind of like your currency is like Bitcoin right now.
Sort of. Yeah, you just say that. You should be like a mathematician, like to work out. I think everyone has to have a calculator because people make payment through phones, like mobile payments.
Okay.
So if you make a payment through your phone, sometimes the price is higher than paying cash in bonus. But if you use American dollars, the price maybe cheaper than paying cash in bonus. I know, it's a lot to take in.
I'm looking at you like I understand, but that's wild. Yeah. So that's wild. So back to what we're talking about. So at the time when you're sending this $200 that you have to convert to a different currency to send to these coaches, in America, how hard was that for you to come around?
You needed the money was needed in US dollars,
right?
So sometimes you have to, let's say you want to get 200 US dollars, you have to buy it on the maybe black market with 300 Zim dollars, something like that. Or you go to the bank and exchange it. Maybe the bank rate might actually cost more. Maybe it's going to be like 400 Zim dollars or whatever they call it now.
So in 2006, how much is $1 US in
2006? That's a long time ago.
Oh, sorry, 2016. Sorry,
2016.
Or whenever it is that there was still cash.
So when I came here, I think 100 US dollars was equivalent to 120 bond notes. But now it's completely different. I think now 100 US dollars, I don't know how many thousands.
That is crazy. Yeah. I don't know. I think how they explain it to me is because of Nigerian and other African countries will borrow money from World Bank, and I don't know. Anyway, don't let me try and speak to what I don't understand. All I know is
it's confusing.
It's confusing, man.
Yeah, that's a different
conversation.
Conversation on its own. You need a pen and calculator, and charts.
Yeah. So what you're I'm trying to establish is to share, how hard it would be for you. Because I understand how hard it was for me when I was doing my process to pay $200 to multiple schools for the application. I guess that's what I was trying to say. So,
for me, like my sister helped me out because she was in Australia, so she would make some of the payments.
Okay.
So she would just use her card. But for some payments, I'll just use so this is a different story, but along those lines.
Yeah.
So when I was applying and when everything was done, things got complicated between the Reserve Bank and other banks. So I had already made the payments. My sister made the payments for service fee, for
international student.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But when I was booking my ticket, my card got denied. Because the money was there, but the money didn't go through the limit. Was had to go to the bank and ask ask permission for your own money. I'm gonna make a payment of $1,000.
Right.
So my card, my ticket, I wasn't able to book my ticket because my card got denied. Because the bank didn't let me pay that certain amount. I ended up getting a ticket for $2,000 for one way.
And these are the things that happens in Africa, where you have money in a bank and you cannot access it, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, it was last minute because I found my school, like the one I went to 2 weeks before school started. So I had to make plans, make payments, get everything ready within 2 weeks of the whole visa process. Was my dad giving up? Said, son, initial plan, he wanted me to go to Australia and join my sister, but for me, the dream
of America,
come play tennis, and do school. And I convinced them, when I get there, I'm gonna work hard and try to cut down the balance, because I think the school was paying 75%, but still 75% of maybe 50K is still a lot of money.
Still a lot of money, right?
25K is 25%. The remainder is out of pocket. So I came to the States. I was a week late. I was coming straight from Africa. I didn't know much.
So you came here by yourself?
Yep.
And I want to quickly touch on something before you leave that. The first time you get denied your visa, how did you feel? How was that? How was that? Were you super sad? Were you
I was sad for sure. Like, oh, what should I do now? Because I tried again. I got denied twice. So that's where like my dad didn't have any hope the third time. Actually, he only knew about the first time.
And explain to someone like the visa process in coming here as a student. Like you say, you have to pay for the school, you have to apply for the stuff, you have to pay for the visa interview, you have to do all this black background checkings, and then availability in the embassy. Is it like how long do you have to wait for the interview?
It depends. You go online, they will give you, you just select a date which is free. So it might be like within that week, same week.
Oh,
yeah.
That's not bad for you guys. Started process just like you too. I had to change everything like 2 months because the school started in like 2 months, and I have to start watching American movies to, to learn how to speak because it's an in-person interview.
Yeah.
Bruh, I still, to this day, I don't think I've ever been that scared.
Oh, that's the toughest interview I have been to. When I got it, because I wasn't expect, because I just tried like, what do I have to lose? Because the man I used, I was just coaching tennis. I didn't want to ask my parents, like, because I had already failed twice. Like, let me just make things easy for them. Let me just use the money I've saved up and just go for the interview. Then I told him like, I'm going to go for the interview. He said, you can go, but I don't have money, like, to send you there right now. Like, when the time a year ago, things were okay. I could have, Then I went there. My interview was kind of long. Usually, if they're going to give you, it's like 5 minutes.
Yeah, mine was like 5 minutes.
I was sick too. I had a cold. So, it was, I think it took like 10 minutes.
But those 10 minutes, how does it feel?
I was relieved when it was done. I couldn't even because when they give you like a white paper, right? When they deny you, they give you a yellow paper.
When they type it, and when they started typing, you thought you'd be denied because they give you that white paper.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was long. And like, oh, Tanaka, I have to put you on hold. They're like, oh, where are you going now? Bluefield, Virginia. Like, okay. Give me a second. I'm just standing there. I've got a call, so I'm just like not looking up. So
just praying, praying, bro.
Then the guy came back like, okay, Tanaka, congratulations. You're going to America. I was like, are you serious? Are you serious? Like, oh, thank you. I grabbed I couldn't even grab. I dropped everything. Tried to pick up everything, bro. Because you have to. People tell you like, oh, you have to dress up. You have to go there wearing a suit. Like, can't go there looking funny.
Yep.
So I was sort of, I didn't wear a full suit, but I was dressed up. Right. Nice haircut, I looked presentable.
Right.
I was so relieved. Then, like, my issue was like telling my dad now. Like, okay, so school, I got my visa on the 16th. Then school started on the 18th of August. I called my mom. Mom, guess what? I got the visa. Like, what? She's gonna be like, oh, thank the Lord. She was excited. Then I called my dad. Like, I got the visa. Like, they said, oh, congratulations. I'll make a plan. That's what he said. Okay, and he did make a plan. If it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't be here for sure.
Bro, you still have to do that work, man.
Yeah, that first part is done. Made to America, but now I have to figure out how to cut down the balance. Because I told my parents, like, I'm gonna make things easy for you. Because initially I wanted the full right, but
So yeah, you said, so now you're in Virginia. So first day, so when you got here, it's along the line what you're trying to say. I just want to go back so that way we don't miss like some part of this story. My hands are all over the place. So when you get here, were you received by home state parents?
No. So I was actually on campus.
You're on campus?
Yeah. The school pastor came to pick me up.
Nice.
So he asked me like, oh, what do you want to eat? Like, like anything. Like, oh, there's Waffle House, Burger King. I didn't know all these restaurants. Yeah. Like anything. He paid for my food. Like, he was like, he's a pastor, but he went out of his way to make me feel welcome. Like he had a sign for me. welcome Tanaka with the Zim flag. And it actually said welcome in my language.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they did that research. Like, wow.
Was it a white person?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, impressive.
Uh-huh.
Impressive, bro. Yeah.
Yep. He drove me to school. I go there like at 11 p.m. on a Sunday night. Then the following day, classes. I didn't know my schedule. I didn't know what class I was taking. So I woke up early. You know, excitement.
Right.
I think I woke up too early. Then I went outside. But I didn't know to go back in, I need like an ID.
Oh.
So outside, like chilling, like I didn't know what time it was because of the time difference. Like I was like so lost.
So you didn't have anybody to kind of help you?
Not really. Everyone was still sleeping. Well, when I got there, one guy was jumping from the window. Football guy. Boom. You kind of like, okay. But in my mind, I was thinking about like that American college vibe, like no American Pie kind of college, you know.
The movies, right?
Yep.
So what do you thought the college was gonna be like?
Lay back. Like if I miss class, nothing will happen. I didn't know if you miss like up to 10 times you fail. That's what I honestly thought.
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
That's what I honestly thought.
That was funny, man. So you think like, yo, it's America, man.
Yeah, I can do what I want, But I went to a Christian school. So that kind of kept me grounded,
Right.
So the office is finally opened. Like, oh, hi, what's your name? Oh, Tanaka. Oh, what does it mean? I had to explain. I had to pay part of my tuition. Then they gave me like my schedule. I walked in class, like in college you can just walk in and sit down. You don't have to say, "Oh, sorry, I'm late."
I can go.
I pulled up like, I'm sorry, I'm late. Started explaining myself. It was my first day.
It was the first day, bro. It was the first day, bro. Yeah, that was crazy. You make sure, because in Africa you have to do that.
Yep.
If you come to lecture class, you have to explain yourself. Which again, you're not doing anything wrong, but you're just in a different culture.
Yeah. So it's like, I was thinking like, should I raise my hand to ask to go to the toilet?
Like we do.
I hate those questions. I'm like, nah, people can just like leave. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, what was the first place when that person picked you up? What was the first place you guys went to eat?
I think it was Waffle House.
Do you like it?
Yeah. Everything tasted. I was just excited, man. So I don't like.
Were you able to eat it though?
Yeah, but I wasn't like hungry,
You're just excited.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you guys have some like South African food in Zim? Like maybe a little bit of like.
I think we kind of ate the same kind of stuff. Like if you go to South Africa, if you go to.
So you've been to South Africa before you came to.
Yeah, I used to play tournaments in South Africa and Namibia.
So you've gone to like McDonald's in South Africa before?
Yes.
Oh, you have.
And the McDonald's in South Africa compared to here, I think it's
better.
Yeah,
I agree.
The fries, ooh, and the bagel.
So I say I've never been to McDonald's until I came to the state.
Oh, really?
And I never went to like that. It was horrible, man. I couldn't eat for like the first 3 months. But anyways, so you're in class, you're adjusting and all that. So. How was that like transition process for you? Like understanding the college life in America. It's not what you thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. So first in class was okay because we just chilling there. Like the professors were so helpful because it wasn't a big school,
right?
So there was that one-on-one interaction. So in class everything was good. Maybe the awkward thing, sitting in the cafeteria alone. Like you don't know,
you don't have international student section.
People could sit anywhere. On the first day, like you don't know, because I didn't even know like my tennis teammates. Oh,
I see what you're saying. You're just talking about when you first got there, right?
Yeah, like people can tell like he's coming from Africa.
Yep, I'm pretty sure you dressed up super nice too.
What was I wearing? So I thought I was gonna be wearing like a shirt and some pants,
right.
like
Yeah, like we dressed to school.
Yeah, like formal stuff, you know.
But that's
guess what? People were pulling up with
sweats and all
Yep.
that. But again, for people that don't understand, like in Africa, you know, when I went to university in Nigeria, people dress up like I remember like even though our classes are like dirty and our roads are dirty, people dress up, take their clothes to a dry cleaner, put stash in it when they come to class. People take education seriously. So, but here, it's you don't get that.
yeah, I
People
can
don't.
just go like this.
Right.
I guess I was overdressed.
Yes.
People only dress up for presentation. That's what I noticed.
Right. They probably thought like, hey, this guy probably a teacher or like is presenting something.
I like shirts. I never wore those shirts. Everyone was dressed in sweats, like sports attire mostly.
Right.
Like, I need to get a new wardrobe, but then can't do that. Well, when I got there, I got like new kit from the tennis coach, like new shorts, shoes, and your boy was wearing those those clothes the same day every single day.
Right.
Like it's easier to just pull up shorts, and people wore like they don't just wear any kind of clothes. They wear like Nikes, Adidas, like but you don't want to get think about it too much because you know where you're coming from. You don't have that kind of money to spend on clothes. If you go clothes, do use what you have.
Right.
And iPhones too. People had Apple iPhones. I had my LG. Life is good.
Life is good. So, is tennis players popular? Because I have friends that have played on soccer teams and basketball teams. Are tennis players, I could say, maybe famous in colleges as other sports in your college?
So, for us, before we came, they went. So when I came for Bluefield, I was part of the best team in history for the college.
Wow.
We weren't that good, we're close to be ranked at one point, but compared to the history, we had one of the best seasons.
Right. That's amazing, bro. So how long do you play tennis for that college? Is it for your full 4 years?
4 years. But getting back to how I was gonna try to cut expenses, I end up doing cross country as well.
Wow. So kind of make more money. So you can...
Yeah. So for me, I got offered more money for cross country, but then I was told for me to give you the money, you have to choose one sport. Yeah, I can't do both. Yeah, but my love
for tennis
was more, was cross country. It was sort of a natural thing,
Right, because you run all the time, right?
Yeah.
Let me get that closer to you, bro. Because you run all the time, right?
Yeah.
So we're kind of easier for you to... So cross country, explain that to me.
So cross country, I talked to the coach. Like I did some tryouts. He told me run to the gym and back.
How long is that?
I think it was 8 kilometers. So it was 5 miles.
So how long is cross country miles?
The race? The race usually is so it's I think it's 5 miles, like normal standard time for NIA. But my school was NIA.
Okay.
So I think 5 miles. 5 miles would be 8 kilometers. Yeah.
And what do you have to? How many minutes? Is it 5 minutes per mile that you have to make or something?
I forgot, but I think that's for the really good guys. So the standard for the best guys, they would run 5 miles in 24 minutes, 25 minutes if you're really good, or 23 minutes for the top guys, like nationally ranked runners. For me, the cross country team was also not having the best seasons. I came there. I was the top guy, even though it wasn't my first sport.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been running all your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to train in, bro.
Yeah. So, but with that, even though I got a little bit of money. The work was I had to wake up early, like at 5 a.m. and like do my cross country practice. Then from 2 to 5, I had to go practice for tennis. So with all that going on, my body kind of gave up.
Just got overstressed.
Yeah. So playing tennis, my legs up to now, if I play tennis for too long, I also need like 3 days to recover. My knees gave up on me.
Wow.
So I think I kind of I did play like a couple of matches, but one I think one season I think I won't play like 4 or 5 matches. I didn't play a lot.
So I have like tennis stuff in my back of my trunk, but I will tell you right now. You play ping pong?
Yeah.
So I think I would try to match you guys in ping pong because I'm pretty sure you guys' hand coordination is really good.
Ping pong and tennis is completely 2 different things because you can be good at tennis and suck at ping pong.
Oh, okay.
And that was me at one point. Like,
really?
How can you not play ping pong?
But I'm gonna get runs out. We have to get a tournament in the winter. I'm also hopefully like by December get a tennis hub here we can play. But anyway, so you were there doing all these things. You're running. You're trying to play tennis, and then you're also going to school full time. So
I was also like a student leader. I was working. I was like resident assistant.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
That's so that was also one of the ways I used to cut my expenses because they pay for your body.
Damn.
And speaking of expenses too, so for food, I think it was like 5K for the whole year, but I chose to have 1 meal a day so that my expenses are
lower.
Yeah. So I could buy, or I could choose to eat maybe 2 meals, but then if my days like run out, that's it.
Bro, that's crazy, bro.
I had to,
You have to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Or at least for 2 years, at least, we were in food bank. We go to food bank, we get expired food. Bro, I mean, it was good. Like, there was no... But it was crazy looking back. Like, you see potatoes that are turning black. And, bro...
I need to tell you about expired food. So one time, not only one time, a lot of times, I'll get hungry because I'll have one meal a day. So around 11 p.m., like, okay, I've got cereal in my dorm. Okay, do I have milk? Then the milk, I'll look at it. Then I'll just like smell it, like it's about to go bad, but things are tough. You just like
see it, bro.
What?
Bro. My question is, what part of after you got here?
The challenges.
Oh, yeah. What? So I guess
outside of school.
Yeah. What are the challenges apart from school?
Well, as a black man, coming from Africa, if you applying for jobs, even for an internship, it's kind of hard because they just look at your name. Even though, what you would think, people will give this sort of impression, like if you get to America, everything's gonna like flow.
Everything's gonna be easy.
Yeah.
Please speak it, bro.
So I have to take this back to school again, but it kind of covers everything. Was for me to get a job at school, it was kind of hard. I would do like volunteer for free, hoping they would hire me one day. Yeah, but that never happened.
Right?
In different departments, some were helpful, some were not. Like I would apply for a job, then like, oh yeah, you're good for it, but guess what? This job only applies for citizens or for
people that have green card.
But I'll see one of my teammates, or maybe someone else from outside America get the same job.
Isn't that crazy?
Then you kind of ask questions.
They told me some jobs in my college was for people that have work stay. And I don't know.
Work study, yeah.
Yeah, work study, which I think that's legit. But when I was applying, they told me there was job in the college. They told me there's opportunities for you. They told you
that, like, oh yeah, if you get a job, yeah, you will definitely find something. I even tried getting a job, not in the offices, outside cutting grass, and they
won't give it to you.
nope. Like, I just need a job.
Right.
I didn't care what kind of job. I applied for every kind of job there was. Then I'm like, okay, they don't want to give me a job. Let me see what kind of jobs I can get. To be like a wrestling assistant, you have to be enrolled for at least a year. Okay, fine, I'll wait next year. I did the whole thing, whole interview, then that kind of worked. Then there was some piece jobs. Like, you work for like the whole night, carrying heavy stuff. Let's say there's a festival, or I forgot like the name of the event, and you get like $40 after working from midnight to 5 a.m.
And even the city, they would never even try to pay citizen that an hour, but they would use it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I moved to Spokane, I applied for, I still have it. I applied for 200 jobs with my full name, Ayobami Ezekiel Mutare, and I didn't have no interview. And then when I switched it to Ezekiel Mutare, then I had an interview.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
People don't believe it. Like, name, the people look at names before they don't look at your grades. If they see like, oh, we can't pronounce this, or this seems like, they just cut you off. Because I've applied so many jobs too, and I was fortunate enough to get like the job I'm currently at. But I've applied to jobs that I know I can get. But
So do you think it's harder for us immigrants to apply for bigger jobs because we kind of we don't have a lot of options, right? As like
there's discrimination. Discrimination. Yeah, it's definitely hard. You have to put in 3 times the work. Sometimes, if like, oh, I'm supposed to be a senior executive, sometimes you're forced to apply for a junior position and like, no, just prove yourself.
We have to always prove ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that one hit home because it's the same thing, and it's like, I just don't know. So what do you personally think like people can do to kind of make that better?
It's all about people's values. Like this, you cannot teach someone how to feel. I don't know if it makes sense. Because if you just by looking at someone, not like your reaction, how you respond to them. For some people, if you walk around like here in Washington, if you walk around, some people will give you that look of disgust. And for some people, they've been taught what you see is what you do. Like if you see other people doing this, they think it's okay. They don't see anything wrong with it. They see color. If you go to Zim, white people are treated better than black people. If you come here,
they're the same.
It's a different story. It's all about values, your morals. You have to do what's right, not what you were taught, or just because you feel or you're entitled to something, you can take away someone's opportunity, like dreams, because it happens. Like, okay, like this job is for you, but just because your name isn't Thomas, or
Greg.
Yep, Greg. You see, Tanaka. Lo chung 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 chung.
Yeah, it's already too hard for them.
Like, what does he know? Maybe he cannot speak English, maybe, communicate, but I feel like having it. I guess now people are trying to change in corporate, like in the corporate world, like bring more diversity. Because long ago, not even long ago, in some companies, behind closed doors, they, even though it's out there, oh, there's diversity, but behind closed doors, people will be saying bad things.
I think they still do. I think some of it right now is just they trying to save face. Like you said, I think it all comes to individual. Like I have the job I have because someone that I was cutting grass for and I was doing minor labor for gave me a chance. Which, like, I think you hit it on the head. It's about the individual. I think all these big corporate people are people, and if they think like, okay, I'm gonna give Tanaka a chance, they will give it a chance. But most of them, like you said, the truth is, once they see an African person or want to see something that they don't know, it just goes to the fact that, oh, that is not right. Whereas we are Africans, the reason why it hurt us is because we are actually big on hospitality. We are big on welcoming people, treating people right, values. I think you nailed it.
About values.
It's about values, and I think like that's why it's not even like disappointing in a way, because America is a dream for us, and it's like meeting your like someone your role model, and then it was like mean to you, and you're just like, man, come on, bro. I buy your jersey, man. I've been supporting you. So it's like it breaks your heart a bit, because from what you've went through that you shared, you were hoping at some point, you're gonna get your flowers, things are gonna be easier. I'm gonna get a degree. It's gonna be easier for me to work. Now you get to the workforce, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing that you've been fighting from day one since you've been in this country.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. All right, so lastly, now I wanted to like talk to people back at home. What do you think, in your opinion, is the biggest misconception for people that are back home that they think of people that are here?
Well, to put it in plain terms, money doesn't grow on trees in America. Like, oh, he's in America, she's in America. No. Life here, you work hard for your money, and here it's kind of hard to own something. If you're back home, if you have a house, if you have a car, it's yours. Here, you spend like the normal people, not normal. I shouldn't use the word normal. Average American who's been to college spent like 20 years paying back student debt. But if you're done with college back home, you're done. You're not paying back anyone.
No, you're not paying back. No,
your house is yours. Here you spend 30 years paying for your house. Your car, you spend 6 years paying for it. Everything, the system,
it's made for you to fail.
Yeah, and it looks good on pictures, when you post, oh, it's in America, but I feel if you know what you're gonna do, home is best in terms of having a sense of belonging, feeling wanted, like you can do whatever you want without feeling some type of way. So I guess it kind of depends, like who you are, what you want in life. And, if you want to live in America, are you prepared? Like, do you want your kid to grow up in a place he or she might feel she's not wanted? Back home, you don't feel that kind of way, So, I mean, that's my opinion,
Right.
So, yeah.
So, do you think not feeling wanted or like always trying to fit in a psychological way, not even like physical? I don't think you're trying to fit in. I think you're you now. You're your own man. But do you think psychologically trying to fit in and be an outsider, is it the highest price you have to pay to be here, or do you think it's a different?
Well, it is a price for sure. We pay a lot of prices, and that's one of them. Fitting in. I don't think there's ever a price you can pay. You know, I don't know if it makes sense. You know, it shouldn't be an issue to fit in. This world is for everyone. Wherever you walk, you should feel like it's your world. Not like feel some type of way, like, oh, I'm not wanted, oh, that guy's looking at me in some type of way. When you're in Nigeria, did you feel that way when you walk?
No.
It's a completely different feeling. I know right now we are talking, we got some things that we wouldn't have if we're back home, if we're being like honest. But we can't, there's no price on having a peace of mind. Like peace, like actual peace, having peace. So yeah.
If you know everything you know now, do you think you will have left home in 2016?
I would have wanted to like leave earlier so that I can go back home sooner, you know, stay. Also after, you know, get everything situated, follow my dreams, and eventually go back home.
Bro, appreciate it, man. Thanks so much for doing this, man.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. So let's end now. Right now, it'll be us another day. Yes, sir.
To be continued.
Damn, that was some deep one.